Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1 Phathead, Cande Roth. We're looking at some rain, but 40s and then into the 50s. All the snow gone or will be gone. And, we're going to be good to go. Sunshine later today. And then look out Friday night into Saturday. Luckily, we escaped the snow. It'll be all rain, but we are going to get a lot of it Friday night into Saturday. And my sister Amy has already alerted us that upstate, they are getting pummeled with more snow this weekend.
They're getting it bad up there.
I know.
don't live there.
But you did like the picture she took of the cardinal in the tree.
Most beautiful picture I've seen in a long time. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, you love your cardinals, I know.
Do. They're gorgeous. And then that with the snow and the tree is beautiful. It's
Yes.
award-winning. She should enter it in a contest.
She should enter. Well, all right, I'll let her know. Or she's a fan of the show. Maybe she's taking your advice already and has entered it. Who knows, Cande? A few stories for you we got to get to. Do you remember during the Super Bowl how slippery the field was?
Yes.
You do, right?
I do.
Yeah, it
Yes,
was like
I
a
do.
big thing. It was almost as much as people were watching Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts, people were watching the slippery field. Okay?
Yes. Mhm.
So George Toma is a groundskeeper who has either prepared or advised every single Super Bowl field in history. They call him the Sod Father,
Oh.
and he says he knows what happened. Now,
What happened?
when I say all these things, remember, he's an old, I think he's in his 90s now, and he
Wow.
comes off a little bit like a cranky old man here. But he says, George, the Sod Father, says, and by the way, just side note, he advised, he was not the groundskeeper, but he was an advisor to the groundskeeper for this Super Bowl. So part of this, in my mind, falls on him as well. But George says, they watered the hell out of the grass. That's his words. They watered the hell out of the grass on Wednesday. Then they rolled it into the stadium and covered it with a tarp when they should have let it be outside to dry out in the sun.
That explains a lot.
Okay, and then he says, in addition to being slippery, it also started to rot and emit a foul odor.
Oh, that's bad.
They didn't sand the grass enough, and they sanded it too late. You're supposed to sand it
Oh my
3
goodness.
times.
Only the biggest game of the year.
Right. So George Toma, who's now 94, blames NFL field director Ed Mangan, who works under him, and he says he didn't take care of it. He wouldn't listen to anyone or take anybody's advice. And then George goes on to say, I can't take it anymore. Me and the league are finished. They can't tell me what to do anymore. We're done.
Oh, man.
This is the 94-year-old Sod Father who's advising the NFL on fields. I mean, he's basically saying the guy who was taking care of the field would not even listen to anything he was saying, and that's why it was such a poor field. Interesting. He is.
It is interesting. I hope they don't make that mistake again.
Fully shifting the blame onto the other guy. All right. There is a new TikTok rule coming. They just announced they're going to start limiting kids 12 and under to 1 hour of viewing a day, where a parent will have to punch in a code to allow them to do more. Now, kids 13 to 18 will also have the same thing, but they're going to be allowed to punch in their own code to continue.
Interesting.
Okay, now, here's the other thing. I ran this by Dana, who's on TikTok and is doing and does some stuff on TikTok from time to time. And she says that all these kids have to do, and what they're going to do, is they're just going to make profiles that say that they're 18 and over or 19 and over. And that's that. They're going to
hear you, but are their parents not checking what they're doing on the internet? Is that what's happening?
Did you check everything your kid was doing, even though there might not have been an internet?
Pretty much. There was an internet, but they had one computer we had at the time was in my bedroom. So they had to come into my room to use it. where I would go to bed early and watch TV while they were on the computer, and then by 9 o'clock they had to evacuate the bedroom. So yes, I did see everything they were doing.
Now, some do say that this is TikTok just trying to stay afloat as far as, there's countries, including the U.S., that wants to ban the app, right? So this is TikTok just saying, all right, we're going to do some things to, show that we're not, that bad of people, and so I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work. It doesn't. When you're 13 through 18, you could punch in your own code. What does that matter? Then they're just going to punch in their own code.
I don't even understand that part of it. That part makes no sense.
All right. Anyway, just alerting you to that fact. All right. One more, Candy. A lot of discussion about being considerate to people on airplanes, what to eat, what you can't eat. Look, when you're sitting on an airplane and someone next to you opens up some burger with onions that they just took from Burger King there in the airport, right? That kind of smells up the plane, right?
It does. Yes, it does.
Okay, so they asked people, this big poll, about 32 ridiculous foods. They didn't just, do regular stuff. They went for ridiculous foods. Here's how they ranked on what you should not eat on an airplane. And it does it from the top down. So at number one, coming in number one of ridiculous foods you shouldn't eat on a plane, a crawfish boil. Don't do it.
Yeah, it's a bit messy. Can you imagine what you got in there? I got a bucket of crawfish.
Yeah. You need a bib and the whole thing. Yeah,
you need a lot of space for that.
Number two was oysters. No oysters on a plane.
Yeah.
Snakes on a plane. No oysters.
No snakes either, please.
Are you a fan of oysters?
I like them cooked. I love oysters Rockefeller. I love them fried. I love them cooked. I do not love them raw. I don't like clams raw either.
Now, you know how much I love sushi. I have never tried an oyster. Not once.
I'll be honest with you. Neither have I. And you know what? I never will. Now, my kids love them. Love, love, love.
Mm-hmm.
Not me.
All right. A large bowl of beans is next. Don't do it.
How long is the flight?
Yeah. Don't do it. These are they polled people with 32 absurd foods to see where they rank as you shouldn't have them on a plane. Next up at number 4, egg salad. Don't do it.
No.
No, wait, I'm sorry. Egg salad's number 5. Number 4 is ribs. Don't eat ribs on a plane, Candy.
Again, very messy. Very messy.
Egg salad's 5. Hard-boiled eggs are 6. Could you imagine the smell of hard-boiled eggs on a plane? Oh. An entire rotisserie chicken is a no. It's a no-go on a plane. Sloppy Joes come in next.
They're sloppy, hence the name.
Corn on the cob. Yeah, okay. That's be a little much. Tuna fish. No tuna fish.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And shrimp cocktail was next. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, some other things that people would bring on a plane. You mentioned earlier, you thought sushi would be on the list of a no-go. Sushi is actually something people would bring on a plane, and I don't disagree because really good sushi shouldn't have a bad smell. Do you understand?
I do understand. My fear would be that maybe I would take too much wasabi and then start choking on a plane that's packed.
That is a possibility. Yes, you got to be careful.
I love wasabi.
I love wasabi. People
but you get a big dose sometimes. Look out.
Oh yeah. Oh, you get a little more than you asked for sure.
Yes.
Other things people would have on a plane: pizza, nachos, fried chicken, a meatball sub. And for some reason, a pomegranate is on here.
Really? A pomegranate?
Yeah.
I like to keep it simple on a plane. Maybe a bag of, chips or something like that, and maybe a turkey sandwich.
Yeah, turkey.
Before I get on the plane.
Turkey sandwich with a little cheese, tomato, lettuce, and some mayonnaise. Perfect candy for an airplane. Perfect.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Not much smell. You're all good.
Some raisins.
Raisins. No thanks. I'm good. Less than 20 minutes to your bald and the beautiful entertainment, everything from Nashville to Hollywood. We're going to get rain and then tapering off this afternoon. We actually could see some sunshine, and we're going to get over 50 today. Let's hit the roads. My Country 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.